Okay, ladies and gents, welcome along to the final round of FTRL Season 4. We're here with Division 2 today in the beautiful desert of Bahrain. So we have a full grid this evening. We'll run through those guys very, very soon. Joining me in the booth, I'm reunited with my old buddy Dale. Welcome along, mate.
I'm back. It's been a couple of weeks, but I'm back. Hopefully it's a good one tonight, and we can all send Division 2 off happy.
Exactly, mate. Well, it's nice to see we've got a full grid. I think the lowest number of people we've had in Division 2 this season has been 17. And that only happened once, so really, really pleased with all the numbers. So, for those that missed it, we have just done the Season 5 team and driver lineup announcement on a live stream, so please go back and watch that. With regards to qualifying this evening, we're currently on board with Championship winner Scuba, who has just found out his fate for Division 1 for next season. With regards to some reserve drivers we've got in, we've got the debut of Tico, who's looking for a permanent seat in FTRL. We've got Dutch Tricks, who put on a really, really impressive display last week in Baku in Division 1. We also have the return of our previous champion for the first 3 seasons of FTRL, Good Aids. So he is back. He's running no traction now, so he's not going to be as quick as normal, I wouldn't have thought, but certainly don't count him out. We've had 2 retirements already, which is Tice as usual, and Pagani looking to start from the back as well. And so far the quickest on track is onto the podium, who has put in a 1:29 flat. What's your thoughts for Bahrain, Dale?
Well, we ran a practice race a couple of nights ago. Me onto the podium and a couple of other guys. And to be fair, that lap, Scuba's just gone quicker with a 1:28.9, I believe.
Yeah.
Or 8. I can't exactly see clearly from where I am.
It's 9, yeah.
But Stim goes even quicker.
Yeah.
Bahrain is a circuit where if you can hook up a good lap, you'll be alright. But there is quite a few corners that will catch you out, mainly after the second DRS straight.
Yeah.
That swooping left-right section, you need a good entry. If not, you can kiss goodbye to a good lap time.
Exactly. Well, I'm just on board with Ravers. I know this is a track which he likes. I know he's very good here as well. So, providing he can get a reasonably good quality under his belt, I think he can end the season pretty well. This hasn't been the cleanest of laps for him so far, but we shall have to wait and see. Yeah, Ravers just pulled out of his lap, unfortunately. But yeah, I think JB as well, one to keep an eye on this evening. He's suddenly spurred on with his pace recently, but I reckon it's going to be very, very close tonight. We've got a lot of guys in here who could win this, so it's certainly worth keeping our eye on.
It's certainly a race where you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that is something that Division 2 has never failed to muster up.
Yeah, very true.
We've fair enough. It's been kind of a Mercedes dominance, so to say, but in our own type of fashion with Scuba, Mr. Scuba, finishing first or second. But when you look further back down the park, it's been quite a few surprises, namely with the podium, getting his first win in Malaysia, and there's quite a few people that will be looking to make the names tonight.
Absolutely. Well, with regards to Scuba, bit of a conspiracy theory. So Scuba's pattern of races throughout the season, he has not won, and then he's won 2 in a row, then he's not won, then he's won 2 in a row, and so on until the end of the season, and he's won the last 2 races. So could we see that pattern continue, and could we see somebody else win tonight? I'd like to see Stim last more than 2 laps. That would be quite good.
That would be very good if he could manage to do that.
Exactly. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm intrigued to see how Good Age is going to get on with his no traction. I know he's going to be pretty quick with it. We've got Dutch Tricks coming out as well. I think he can get himself amongst the top pack. Tico as well, who's coming out in the Force India. I've heard good things about him. I think he's a no assist user, so he's going to be pretty quick. I'm hearing as well it's going to be a dry race as expected in Bahrain. I'd be disappointed if it was anything less. So Tico and Dutch are both going out on a soft tyre, so they're looking to start a little bit further down the grid. In terms of strategy, Dale, would you say 1 or 2 stops quicker at Bahrain because the tyre wear is very high?
Tyre wear is high, but I do seem to think it depends on what tyre you start on.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I've done both. I think with the help of a practice race a couple of days ago, it gave us the chance to mess around a little bit and see what we could do. But if, like, the majority of these drivers, they're going out and they are on the super soft tyres, if you're brave enough, you stretch them. Maybe lap 10, 11, 12 at a push, chuck on a set of mediums and you're good to go to end the race.
Yeah.
But for those who can't keep their tyre wear minimal, you're certainly looking at a 2-stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you want to stay quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just on board with Tico at the minute because I'm wanting to see how he gets on. He's certainly making the most of his time that he's got on track. I think he's really looking to get 2 laps in. He's trying to time it as well as he possibly can as well. Always run very wide coming on the exit of the final corner. I'm wondering if he's invalidated that. I don't think he has. But we'll stay on board with Tico. The first couple of corners of Bahrain are pretty tricky, wouldn't you agree? The sort of turn 1, 2, 3.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That turn 1, 2, 3 complex is... You've got to nail that first corner.
Yeah.
Nail that first corner and be careful not to go too deep into turn 2 when you run over the curb.
Yeah.
Which I've got a feeling has more than likely caught out a couple of drivers tonight already.
Yeah. I think Tico might have invalidated his lap. I could be wrong.
Well, I'm currently running on with Dutch Tricks. Looking very stable, I have to say. He looks very stable, very confident in that Williams of his.
Yeah, he's got a confirmed seat for Div 1 next season, so I'll be keen to see his pace. Stim has improved ever so slightly, I believe. Not too sure whether that was his original time, but Scuba, I've just realised actually.
He's gone to the softs.
Yeah.
Which is going to be interesting. He's not left himself a lot of time either.
No, he hasn't. The Dutch has gone 3rd on the softs with a 128.8, so he looks absolutely lightning quick. So we'll have to wait and see. And this also, a bit of a sad day. It could be Napada's final race for quite some time. He's stepping down to a reserve driver so he can fulfil other commitments. So it'd be a shame to see him go, but he's been a good servant to FTRL when there would be a seat open for him. He knows that. So yeah, sad to see him go. I must give a quick...
We're gonna miss you, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
We're gonna miss you.
I must give out a quick shout out to Matt Cause, currently running in P6.
I think that's the highest I've seen him all season, to be fair.
No, he did qualify 2nd in Singapore. In the changeable conditions.
Yeah. Those changeable conditions really did work for him.
Exactly right. Stim's gone down 28.2. Wow.
That is... Mr. Stim, give yourself a bloody good pat on the back.
Yeah. But this is the thing. This is the thing with Stim. Matt Cause has gone 2nd. Look. 28.856, 2 thousandths quicker than JB. JB is on a flying lap, but even so, Matt Cause, that's properly impressive, so well done to him. Ravers has retired from P11.
Dutch has just gone quicker.
Wow. On the softs as well, that's really impressive. See, this is the thing about Stim, this is the pace we know that he's got, He just needs to keep it consistent. JB's just lost it completely and binned it, so he's not going to be improving. Where is
Connor's,
Scuba?
he's coming, heading towards the second DRS strip.
Yeah, I'm on board with Scuba now. Matt Caw's currently in P3. I don't think Stim's going to need to worry about improving on that lap time, to be honest. Prototype Steph in a good position, up in P9. Smertens has just gone 7th. Look, Dan's gone up to 7th. Great qualifying from him.
Very good qualifying.
I believe this will be his highest one so far. I think the only people around him that can better him is Napoli and Chris Bean, I believe. But even so he's going to be at the very, very least P9, which I'm sure he's going to be happy with. So just on board with Scuba. Chris Bean's now retired, so yeah, Rich is going to be starting 7th. Oh, Scuba's lost it over the line. I think he's just purposely binned that. I don't know. So yeah, it looks like it's definitely going to be Stim pole unless Matt Cawes can pull something out. No, he's run out of fuel, I believe. Oh no, he hasn't. He's just going back into the pits. Okay, so there we go. Napoli did go second actually. Look at that, 28.5. But Matt Cawes going to be starting from P4. Excellent qualifying from him.
I don't want to jinx it, but we might have a race on our hands tonight, guys.
I think we will. Well, Championship leader Scuba down in P6. So we would have to wait and see what happens here. Anyway, so a rundown of the grid. So we've got Mr. Stim taking his second pole position of the season, I believe, with a 128.2, and he has got 3.5 tenths to Napoli in second. On the second row we've got Dutch Tricks and Matt Cawes, who's had a blinding qualifying, so well done to him, in P4. On the third row we've got JB and we have Scuba. On the fourth row we've got onto the podium and Rich T Gaming, his best qualifying of the season, so that medium traction and all that practice is paying off for him, so good job. Then we've got the two Ferraris of Smertens and Prototype Steph in P9 and 10. The bottom half of the grid we've got Borcata in 11th, starting on the softs with Raikkonen, our current 4th placed driver in the standings in P12. Chris Bean and Rabers on the 7th row, and I believe Tico is in 15th place. I'll confirm the final few positions in just a second. Yep, Tico's in 15th, Bully Boy in 16th, and the last person to set a time was Tezza. And then we have no time set from C-Tice Demon, Pagani and Good Aids. So we have a full grid tonight, plenty of guys spread out across the field. I'm expecting good things from Tico, from Pagani, from Good Aids all at the back. Should be good. Rabers as well, he's one to keep an eye out for. Anything could happen.
What's an interesting thing to note is Scuba did not improve on his time he set on the Super Softs. So he will be starting on the Super Soft tyres.
Yeah. Only one lap. I would have liked to think Scuba would have gone quicker if he'd gone on the Supers again for a second stint, but we'll have to wait and see. Who's your tip for the podium tonight, mate? In what order as well? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, I hate it when you do this.
Come on, final time of the season.
Right. If Stim can survive the first 2 corners, he's got it. But we can't rule out Dutch. Matt, if he can keep it clean, he's got the pace. Scuba's going to be looking to prove a point. He's going to want to finish the season on a high. So I'm going to have to go. I'm going to throw Dutch in there in second.
Right, keep it on the middle of the pack. Keep it on. Let's go. Right,
Scuba.
we are 5 lights. And away we go for the final time of the season. Stim's had a pretty good start. Napola as well has had a really good start. Actually, Stim's had a terrible start. Napola's going to take the lead going into turn 1. Stim's going to try and hold it around the outside. And he just manages to hold on to the lead. Dutch Tricks has lost out to JB. He's locked up. Oh, this contact. Wow, that's an awful move. That's Matt Cause has caused absolute carnage. Wow.
Wow.
And now Matt has spun. I believe that's... Oh my God, what has happened here? That has caused absolute mayhem. Scuba's been spun. He's right down the back of the grid. No wing damage, thankfully. Dutch Tricks has gone as well, so he's down in P19. Wow, absolute chaos all over the field. But we have, in terms of position changes, we've got good aids in up into P13, up into P12 now. Good move on Tico. Wow. I'm just going to see where Good Aids ends up by the end of this lap here, because he's got Tico there.
There is a lot of people sat behind him.
Well, he's literally just come through the whole field there. So Good Aids has moved up 12 places in one lap.
Connor, Matt, Steph and Tice, Tico in fact, are in the pits. So
yeah. That was not good from Matt Cause in the first lap of that race at all.
No,
unfortunately.
I do believe Connor may be having a few choice words.
Yeah. But anyway, it's oh, Good Aids. What's happened to him?
He spun it.
Was that his own doing, or was it a contact?
I believe it was his own doing, to be fair.
Yeah, he's running no traction.
Yeah.
It's a shame after such a brilliant start, but plenty of time to go. And we've seen a lot of things happen so far. The biggest profitters in terms of positions are Smertens is up to P3, Dan's up into 4th, Bolcata's in 5th, and Bully Boy's up 10 places into P6. The biggest losers so far is onto the podium Matt Claus, Prototype Steph and Tico. Then we've seen Dutch Tricks and Scuba all go down as well. So, well, could be a fiery grid come the end of the race.
A very, very fiery grid.
Yeah, Dutch Tricks looks like he's struggling for a bit of pace now. Has he got wing damage? Are we looking at wing damage? Yes, he has. Oh God, he's got next to no front wing. Is he going to come in? Yes, he is. Right, Dutch Tricks is into the pits. And now you've got Scuba and Chris Bean going side by side. Yep, Scuba just showing his class there. Yeah, Good Aids closing down Tice Demon.
It's going to be interesting.
It is. I'm just trying to figure out in my head what's going to happen. I'm wondering whether Stim's going to bottle it. I genuinely hope he doesn't, because I'd like to see how he gets on over the course of a race. Napola looks very quick behind him, and then they've got a 2-second gap already to Smertens in 3rd. So, oh, saying that, Dan's just lost his traction and he's gone for a little spin around that very, very difficult left-hand turn.
See him, there's the house. He's crawling. He's dropped about 9 places.
Yeah, 9 places. He's going to be gutted. But what you need to do is persevere, because we've seen a lot of people make mistakes so far.
Exactly, but he's all over the back of Chris already.
Yeah, he needs to pit, Dan. Look, he's got no... he needs to pit. Yeah, he does it. Good choice. Very good choice. Right, and after his earlier spin, JB has just got past Bully Boy, but Bully Boy's going to look back at him in the battle for P5. Bully Boy's got the inside line. JB's going to go for a switch back on him. Can he make it? No, he's had a back end stepped out a little bit. Prototype Steph, yeah, Rich T Gaming's dropped down. all the way down to P19. Not the best start for him. Good age is back up into P13. Pagani's up 10 places. Only just seen that.
That's what I'm looking at. There's quite a few drivers we have in this race tonight who are moving divisions.
Yeah.
To join the big league, shall we say? I'm joking. No. Who are moving up to Division 1. So I've got a feeling there's quite a few in here. So we're looking at namely Panini, Scuba, Connor,
Raikkonen.
Raikkonen,
Dutch.
JB, Dutch. They're gonna want to put on a show. They're gonna want to prove and show that they're ready for it.
Yeah. So I'm just watching Pagani right on the back of Raikkonen now. These guys are 3rd and 4th in the championship respectively. What's happened? We've got a yellow. Not so sure. Was that Dutch Tricks again?
Yes, I do believe it is.
Yeah, not having the best of luck this evening.
No.
But anyway, Raikkonen and Pagani is the battle you want to go to, mate.
Ooh, side by side already. This could be interesting.
Certainly could, and you've got Ravers up 7 places into P7, 2.5 seconds ahead of this little battle. Pagani has now got him, and Scuba has joined the party. Stim's pulled out a 1.1 second gap to Napola, so he's just out of DRS range. Yeah, Pagani chasing down his teammate. I wonder if there'll be any team orders, because Pagani needs the points just to secure himself that 3rd place. I think unless Pagani wins the race this evening, I think onto the podium's confirmed 2nd in the championship, and Pagani's confirmed 3rd.
I mean, never say never, really. Like, we've got Scuba sat right behind Raikkonen, who is looking very, very racy at the moment.
Yeah.
Scuba's going to want to get past and show that he still has it.
Absolutely. Just on board with Good Aids and Tezo as they're going side by side down into turn 1.
Oh.
There'll be a lot of respect shown between them two. They were former teammates in the Ferrari in the 3rd season of FTRL, I believe.
Good Aids and
Teza.
Teza, yeah. I do remember. This is... I'm enjoying... This is... an absolutely beautiful helicopter shot flowing through the S section there, following Raikkonen and Scuba.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to go on board with Pagani now, as he's closed right up to the back of Ravers. A lot of the guys on very, very different tyre compounds as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you look at it, we've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drivers on the super softs, right?
Yep.
Namely, 5 of us are in the top 6. But then you look back, you look at the drivers, right? We've got Ravers, Raikkonen, Goodade, Tice, Dan and Dutch, all on the mediums. Some of us have got excellent place, and I can see, Matt's retired.
It's unfortunate to
Matt's
see.
retired.
Yeah, first retirement of the evening, which is a real shame to see. As he done just giving up.
I think he's parked in the pits, really. Yeah, I believe he has.
Unfortunately, so right, we have got pit stops from Napola in 2nd place and Borgata. So Napola's going to try and get the undercut. Obviously, going for a 2-stop. I would say the 2 stops is a quicker strategy. Yeah, Napola's
certainly is.
Gone on to another set of super softs.
So we're looking at it. Napola's going to look to get the undercut, and he could possibly give the undercut on Stim if he's came out with clean air. If he's not came out in clean air, then it's gonna be a lot more difficult. Yeah, he's came out in clean air. He's got Tice up ahead of him, so I don't think Tice is gonna make it too difficult.
Oh, JB's run very, very wide, and Pagani's now going to go through and take P4. So Pagani's fighting his way back up through the field. Although JB will have DRS and he's on the quicker tyre, so no, JB's coming in. So Pagani's going to take P3 now. Stim's in the pits. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens between Napola and Stim in terms of track position. So Napola's come around the final corner now. Where is Stim? Stim is just leaving the pits. So yep. Onto the podium, moved up into 12th.
The undercut hasn't worked, but yeah, he's 7.5. He's nearly 8 seconds behind Stim.
Yeah, so Stim's got the net lead, but Stim's going to be in traffic now. Stim's gone on to the soft tyre, so Stim's looking for a 2-stop as expected. And he's got Tezza for company. So yeah, good aids up into P6 on the mediums. So he's going for the 1-stop.
Raikkonen and Ravers both on mediums as well. Could we possibly see Pagani go for the 1-stop, starting on the soft tyres?
I mean, it's possible. It is possible, but it's very, very difficult to do. I've done it once, and I got a puncture on the second to last lap. Right at the end of the second to last lap. But, I mean, I'm very, very bad on my tyres.
Well, so is Pagani.
Yeah,
he's now taking the lead as Sai and Bully Boy have both entered hits.
Okay, so we've got a Toro Rosso top 2.
Well, we have. Not seen one of those in a while.
No, absolutely not.
So our top 4, as it stands, is Pagani, Ravers, Raikkonen, and Goodaids.
Yeah. Just want to say as well, Smertens has got the jump on Napola. So I believe Napola had to change his wing. That's the thing that's hindered his race a little bit.
Which might explain why he came out around 8 seconds behind Stim.
Exactly, and Smertens is on the soft tyre, Napola's on the supers. So Smertens doesn't really need to fight Napola that much. At the moment, he needs to concentrate on his own track position. But I'm going to go up to Raikkonen because he's right on the backside of Raver's Revenge in the battle for second. And Goodaids is only about 4.5 seconds away from the race lead. Less than that, actually. About 3.5 seconds.
He's within DRS range.
Oh yeah, comfortably.
And he's half a second behind Raikkonen.
So I'm going to stay on board with this little battle, I feel, as we come down to begin lap 10 of the Grand Prix, the final race of the season.
Napoli just posted a fast lap for the Grand Prix so far for 1:32.091. So we're looking at it. JB goes even quicker for 1:31.4, and Scuba goes even quicker for 1:31.4. In fact, so belief is that Scuba, by the looks of it, he's starting to find his groove now.
Certainly, his Raikkonen's gone up the end. Oh, his contact. Sorry. There was a little bit of contact. Ravers went wide, and it allowed Raikkonen to go through. Sorry for interrupting you there, Dale. What was you saying? He's found his groove back, he said.
He's found his groove back. The only issue is he is currently sat in 15th position.
Certainly has, right.
15th position. It's
Yeah.
not exactly been the best of races so far for him.
Good aids now
However,
on the attack. On the attack to Raikkonen, brakes slightly late. Takes the inside line. Oh, Raikkonen's held that nicely around the outside. Good aids will have the DRS though, so I imagine this is going to be a fairly comfortable move for him. Just needs to watch Raikkonen dive over to the inside. Does he do that? No, Raikkonen nice and sensible. And Good aids takes P2. Back up towards familiar territory. But like I said, he's not expecting fireworks this evening. He is running no traction. It's his first official league race with no traction. So he's very keen to prove a point. He's running in lean as well, so he's saving his fuel and he's pulling away. So certainly knows what he's doing. Where is Tico? Tico is in a little queue behind, well, Connor, let's just say, onto the podiums in a Force India sandwich at the moment.
He certainly is.
Bully Boy and Tico in the battle for 9th place.
This is... It's difficult to keep up because there is so many different battles where you don't know who's going to come out on top with Garni and Good aids, especially with Good aids catching him and chasing him down. You've got to start thinking now that those soft tyres are going to start to feel the wear a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry to cut it short, Dale. JB's just ploughed into the back of Tico, and he's lost part of his front left of his wing. So JB's having an absolute nightmare this evening, and he's run wide there as well. He's going to be under pressure from Borkata very, very soon, who's no slouch himself. And Mr. Stim is only just under 9/10 behind Ravers.
This is... See, for Stim, if Stim wants to win this race, he's got to get past Ravers and Raikkonen as quick as possible. Because if Stim is going for the 2-stop, he'll be going back onto the super soft tyres. And he won't have a tyre advantage because...
Oh. I thought he was going to get wing damage there.
Oh, Ravers is going defensive. Is he going to go defensive? He's not. But as I was saying, if Stim's going to go for this 2-stop, and he's certainly going for this 2-stop, so you're going to be looking at... he goes, dives over the inside of Ravers, going into the penultimate corner.
Great move.
It was a brilliant move. Caught that on the camera.
Yeah, me too.
Ravers is going to come back at him though. He will have DRS down this main straight. So it's key to have a nice clean exit. Stim's going defensive. Ravers is trying to get slipstream, but he keeps moving all over the road.
I think he's trying to let Stim know. I don't think he's very happy with something. Not too sure what it was.
Well, I am pretty sure we'll find out.
Yeah, either that or he's acknowledging a very good move. But anyway, as far as net positions go, it is currently Stim in first, and then I believe it's Smertins in second, and Napola in third as far as net positions go. Not entirely sure. JB's back in the pits. Rich T's after a brilliant start to the race, he's found himself running in 19th, which is a real shame. Tico, I believe, has just had a bit of a moment. Not too sure what's happened. Yeah, he's had a moment, lost his front right of his wing, and he's now got his good friend and Dutch compatriot Dutch Tricks behind him. And Dutch has gone for a move on the outside. What a move! One of the best overtakes of the season.
Was that where I think it was as well?
The right-hander before the sort of downhill left before the second DRS straight. The corner prior to that, he's gone to go up his inside, and he's outbroken him around the outside and held it with traction on the exit. Absolutely phenomenal move.
We have our first penalty of the night.
We've had a couple, I believe. I'm not too sure.
Have we?
Yeah, I think Tico's got one. Pagani's exiting the pits in P10. P11. Oh, he's coming out right by Scuba. Pagani's gone to the medium, so Pagani's going to the end. Sits in P12, right on the back of Scuba. And Napola. Okay, Scuba just let Pagani through by the looks of things.
I think he has. I think Scuba's acknowledged that he's not racing Pagani.
Yeah. Which is the one thing I like about Scuba. His sportsmanship is very, very high. I like it a lot.
Oh, definitely. But and also, I think if you look at it, possibly if he can stay with Pagani, is he going to use Pagani as a turf?
Possibly. It all depends whether he can stay with him or not. That's the question.
That is a very key question, yeah. But if you look at it, in front of Pagani, you have Borcata. Well, everybody has to stop again.
I'm going to throw something out there. Depending on how long Good Aids can keep Stim behind him, Stim has to make one more stop, and so does Good Aids.
Yeah.
Stim's currently 2.2 seconds behind. He will get up to Good Aids pretty quickly, but Stim will know about Good Aids and know that he's not slow, and he's a very, very quick driver. If Good Aids can stay within a very sort of close proximity of Stim, that could actually be a battle for the win.
That is... See, you throwing that out there is completely throwing me now.
Yeah, but you see where I'm coming from, though.
I do see where you're coming from. Because if Good Age can look at it realistically, Good Age needs to take these tyres another 7 laps. To be comfortable on those supers, he has to do at least another 7 laps. Any more than that, you're risking punctures. Mr. Stim, we're looking... What, he came into the pits, what?
It was a lap after Napola, so I think it was about lap 9, I think.
Lap 9, so...
Stim will pit around the same sort of time as Good Aids, because they're both began onto supers.
We might possibly follow each other into the pits, to be fair.
Yeah, I hope they don't, because I'd like to see the intensity of that, but Pagani's got DRS and Borcata for P9, working his way back up through the field. I really can't call this race. I've got no idea what's going to happen.
Normally Pagani. We can sit here and we can look at it, but Pagani's on a charge. He knows that those mediums are going to do him good to the end of the race.
Yeah.
He knows he can afford to push like a crazy cat. And you look at it, we've got Good Aids and Mr. Stim. That is going to be, like as you say, that could be potentially for the win. But you can't count out Raikkonen and Ravers having a good battle either.
No, absolutely not. And also, you can't forget about Smertens, because he is flying tonight. He could definitely get a podium here.
Speaking of, to smell it.
Yeah, speaking of podiums, onto the podium, just got past Bully Boy for P7. And Pagani having a good battle with Borcata. Scuba's now on the back of it all.
I can see Scuba getting past. Oh, Tyson got a 5-second stop-go penalty for exceeding track limits. I would like to know very well how he has managed to pull that off.
Yeah.
But, like, as we were saying, we can't call this.
No, it's really difficult to try and call. Okay, Scuba's just got past Borkata. Because Borkata has pitted. Okay.
Yeah. Stim is 1.5 seconds thereabouts behind Goodwood.
Okay,
I don't like this. This is close.
You've got co-commentators for Division 1 of Smertins and Ravers. The closest guys on track at the moment in the battle for P4. Tice has just got a 5-second stop go.
For speed into the pit lane.
Yeah.
Bully Boy had a very, very poor section through that through the S section, so to say. So Pagani is now all over the back of him. He is going to be looking at it. With Scuba lurking in the background as well. Could we see Pagani catch up to the podium block?
Possibly.
Good day to pits.
Yeah, I literally was just thinking to myself, given the Good Age goes on to the soft tyre. I was just thinking to myself, given the pace difference between the softs and the supers in qualifying, I don't think there's that much difference between them, and the softs are going to grip much better. So providing Good Age can come out in a good position, which I'm just going to keep an eye on now. He's
coming out behind Scuba and Pagani.
So Good Age on fresh tyres is, if we have a look at distance to leader, he's 21 seconds behind Stim. So Stim's going to have to pit for super softs. Good Age will close the gap by then. It's going to be a straight shootout to the end, I think. This is... I've got no idea what's going to happen, I've got to be honest. JB is less than a tenth behind Tezza. JB has got past Tezza. Right on cue, thank you. Okay, Raver's Revenge. Has he pitted as well? Yes, he has.
Yes, he also has got a 5-second penalty. Speed into the pits.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I imagine that Ravers and Good Age are in a party together and they're probably mirroring each other's strategies for the race.
I could potentially see... I could see Ravers acting as a rear gunner for Good Age.
Quite possibly. Well,
I mean, it makes sense a little bit.
Napola, what tyres is he on? So he's on the softs now. So Napola's done all of his stops now. So Napola's on the charge to the end. So him and Ravers are in a battle for position. Chris Bean. Okay, this could be all Ravers up the inside of Chris. All Ravers goes very deep. And Ravers are spun. Oh, what a nightmare for Ravers. Just overcooked it. Trying to get all that rubbish off his tyres. What a nightmare for Ravers. He looked like he could be on for a really, really good position. Right, Good Aids is on the back of this train already.
Yeah. He's on the back of this train, fresher tyres by quite a considerable amount.
He's taken 3 seconds out of Stim already.
Stim's holding out for the super soft.
Yeah, he is. I expect Stim will pit at the end of lap 22. Good Age has gone for a look. Scuba's let him through. Or he's not put up a fight, either way. Oh, this is going to be close. Onto the podium's pitted, so Good Age is up into P4. Both him and Pagani up 16 places to P3 and 4.
See, the thing is, Pagani's not going to let him pass without a fight.
Oh no, he won't. but that gap to the leader is coming down very quickly. And Smertens is sitting in P2, quietly getting on with his work. He's 6.5 seconds clear of Pagani. Chris Bean and Nappel are going hammer and tong.
Ravens with another penalty. Well, Carter's retired from the session. He's retired in the pits, I believe.
What a nightmare for Borcata. Second retirement of the evening, but a bit of a shame. Oh, that gap is coming down. Stim needs to put his finger out. Good age looking racy. It's been a while. Always on the back of Pagani. He's had a good run. I imagine.
It's been a while since we've sorry.
I imagine Good Age will. That's right. We'll get this move done, providing he has a good exit, which he kind of does. It might not be here. It might be on the second DRS straight. But the best. Right, Stim's pitted.
Stimmed him.
Oh, Good Age up the inside. Pagani's gone for a switchback, but it's just not happening. Good Age has had a wobble, but he gets it done.
This is going to be good.
It certainly is. And Stim. Oh no, Stim's
third.
Okay, so Stim is 4 seconds behind. 4.5 seconds behind. So Stim's going to catch up to these guys. I would say Stim is favourite to win this, but Pagani and Good Age, two of the most difficult people to get past. Let's see what you're made of, Stim.
It's one of those, your mind's telling you one thing, but your body's telling you something else.
I know.
You start me like, I can tell you really want someone else to win, but there's also that same doubt in your mind that is thinking, this is going to go a different way.
Yeah. I'm going to put this out there, and a lot of people are probably going to go, all right, here we go again, but I honestly think Good Age is going to win this, because although Stim's going to catch up to Pagani quickly, Pagani will not make it easy for Stim.
We know how close Pagani and Good Age can be.
Exactly. Okay, Smertens is at to Smertens has made his second stop, so he's currently in P7. He's on the back of this train, this very small train, consisting of Chris Bean, himself, and Raikkonen. Onto the podium's lurking in the background, and we got JB very close to Rabers. There's so many cars close on track. JB's going to have him here. JB locks up, kisses the curb, Ravers, loses a bit of his wing. And now Scuba's involved. Tico gets another penalty now. Okay, Stim's massively caught up to Pagani, but Good Age is pulling away. So how quickly can Stim get past Pagani will determine the winner of this race. There's so many battles on track.
I know, there's... The thing is, I'm lost for words, because I don't know what... I just don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly, that's the thing, you don't know where to look. There's so many guys that are within DRS range of each other. I'm just trying to go to whoever's officially closest. And at the moment it's Smertens. Stim's got past Pagani.
Stim's just got past Pagani.
Okay, 6 laps, 3 seconds.
Laps. I'm getting some very good vibes from this. I'm loving this. This tension, Ravers is retired.
Ah, Ravers.
Oh man, really?
Ah, it's a shame.
It's gutting for him. It really is.
Okay.
But, as I was saying, well, as it's been said, 2.8 seconds, 6 laps. Just, as long if Stim can pull away from Pagani, Stim might have this.
He might, but like I said, he's got the very difficult task of getting past Goodades. We know how quick Goodades is. He's running no traction in his first ever league race, so in theory he's going to be a little bit slower, but it's not just how good he is at the game, it's how good he is defensively as well. He's won multiple championships, he's won multiple races. It's hard to look past it, and Stim's not closed the gap on that lap at all.
Stim did have a few lockups, so...
Well, only time will tell what is about to happen. Right, Scuba is on the back of JB, coming down the start-finish straight to begin lap 24. Scuba looking at the car he's going to be driving in next season. It's a bit naughty from JB there. Scuba's going to look to the outside. Goodade just pulled a couple of attempts. He's going to have that car in which, and he's going to be pushing like there's no tomorrow. This battle between Scubas. They look up the inside. Oh, it's close. I mean, aside from a couple of little incidents in this race, it's been such a fantastic race to watch. There's been so many guys close on track, so many battles, so many very, very good moves. Oh, Scuba is so close to JB. Is he going to take a look? JB goes defensive. Scuba on the front. Oh, let's go. Ooh. Don't know what that noise was. Well, Scuba looks quicker than JB, but JB's defending very, very well. There is 5 laps to go in the final Div 2 race of this season. And if next season anything to go, but well, if this race is anything to go by for next season, it should be a fantastic one. Onto the podium, closing in on Raikkonen. Goodades has lost out a little bit of time to Stim now. The gap is 2.3. And Dan's retired, 5th retirement of the evening, which is a shame. Gap's back up to 2.4 and keeping a very close eye on that now. Keep an eye on those penalties, Dale.
I am keeping an eye on this. This is... I really don't know what's going to happen.
Neither do I. The thing is, you've got to feel sorry for Pagani in this situation because he's driven his backside off tonight. He's moved up 16 places and he probably won't get driver of the day.
No, which is a very sad thing.
It is, but then equally, you can't look past the person that started last and is currently in first with 3.5 laps to go. I'm still looking at Scuba. He's having a nightmare getting past JB. Raikkonen onto the podium, going hammer and tong. Raikkonen giving more than enough room, and onto the podium gets the move done. Scuba looking at... Scuba's having such a hard time getting past. JB slid. This should be Scuba's move, or maybe not. Hopefully this doesn't end in tears, because this has been a great battle. Yeah, JB's spot. Ooh. How is he keeping this traction? Wow, this is... Are you watching this, Dale? No, I'll take that as a no. Oh, he's got...
No, I am here. What, the Scuba JB battle?
Yeah.
It is absolutely monstrous. Dutch is catching up as well.
Oh, Scuba's... Oh, nice move. Oh, JB's gone for a switchback. Oh. Yeah, Good Age has pushed the gap up to 2 point... Well, it was 2.4, now it's 2.0. Oh, Dutch has gone in with a massive lunge. Oh, that was naughty.
That was...
Well, I wouldn't say naughty, it's
now,
adventurous.
Yeah. Now Dutch is on the back of...
JB.
Well, Dutch has got past him, yeah.
Okay, right. The battle for the lead has got down to 1.6 seconds out of nowhere.
I could see it dropping, but that is dropped ridiculously quick.
Okay, right. Good Aids has a lap spare fuel. Stim has half a lap. I think whatever happens, I think Good Aids is going to be delighted with this.
No matter what.
Even if he comes second. But this is going to be a very tense final lap, especially if Stim gets within DRS range. Well, Scuba's got back past Dutch Tricks. Onto the podium is now only 6 tenths behind Smertins. Make that 5. As they're approaching the final straight, there's 1.8 seconds the gap now between Good Aid and Stim. I know Stim's going to be screaming at his TV. Onto the podium now. Side by side with Smertins. Just tucks in nicely behind. Oh, this is close. Oh, onto the podium. Oh, what a move. He sold Smertins an absolute dream. I changed my mind for overtake of the season. That could be it.
Well, I think it's safe to say that Good Age is just going to nab this one in the bag. Stim had an awful exit coming onto that second DRS strip.
Well, Good Age has got to do what Good Age always does and just hold his nerve for 1 lap and 1 corner. I must say as well, superb effort from Pagani, superb effort from Napola.
I think I'm just going to ride on board and have a bit of a hot lap with Good Age as he enters turn 1 in second gear, charges up from 3rd and 4th. This is...
I imagine the time will probably come down quite a bit this lap between Good Age and Stim, because Good Age is running in lean and he's just going to be going nice and easy on the throttle as well. He's not going to want to make any risks whatsoever. He's got a comfortable gap and he's got about half a lap. He's got about 30 seconds to hold his nerve now. As we go on board with him now, as he's in the final sector. He comes around the penultimate corner. Stim's lurking in the background, nothing he can do. And on his return to FTRL, starting from the back, Good Aids comes home and he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix for the final race of the season. So if you want to talk about how to make an impact on your first race back in the league, look no further. What a performance. Stim comes home in second, Pagani comes home in third place. Excellent drive from him, up 16 places. On any other day, Pagani would get driver of the day. Napola comes home in fourth in his final race in FTRL for quite a while. Really sort of sad to see him go, but we love Napola. Connor comes home in fifth after a pretty nightmare start. Smertens comes home in sixth after a very, very good race. And yeah, JB comes home in eighth. Dutch Tricks, bit of a nightmare race for him, comes home in ninth, and Tico comes home in 10th. Scuba's actually DNF'd, which is a bit of a shame to see. Tezza's will come home in 11th. Prototype Steph in 12th, Chris Bean in 13th, and Tice will come home in 14th. And then we had 6 retirements this evening of Scuba, Rich T Gaming, Bully Boy, Raver's Revenge, Borcata, and Matt Cause. But yeah, any final words, Dale?
I'm lost for words.
Yeah, me too. That is, yeah, one of the most impressive things that I've seen for a very, very, very long time. Given the likes of the people that are in this race, in terms of Scuba, you've got Stim, you've got Napola onto the podium, Pagani, you've got Dutch Tricks, who's a Division 1 driver for next season, you've got Raikkonen, you've got so many people, and to start last, and bear in mind, Stim is an AOR driver as well. Let's not take that away from him. And Stim drove flawless, to be fair to him. He did nothing wrong in that race. But no penalties. Good Age comes home and takes the win. Amazing performance.
I really don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Because there is one thing I want to say, but I don't want to say it whilst I'm on stream because it will not be nice. Because it's giving me an insight into the next season. However, I do have to say, Good Age, it's amazing to have you back, man. It really is.
Yeah,
You've
I
not
agree.
lost a single bit of the beat.
Absolutely not. No, lovely to see him back.
I mean, final words for the season 4 of Division 2.
Yeah.
Guys,
Well,
you've been amazing. You have.
absolutely agree. It's been an incredible season. Scuba, obviously the worthy champion, can't have passed him onto the podiums, confirmed second place. Pagani's confirmed third place. Raikkonen's confirmed fourth. JB fifth. But no, it's been an incredible season. And we've got some fantastic people in FTRL. So we've just got one more race to go for the season, which is the championship decider at Bahrain. And if it's anything like tonight's race, it should be an absolute cracker. So please join Raver's Revenge, Smertens and Rich T Gaming tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And for one final time, you can come and support us Toro Rosso drivers as we try and end the season on a high. But thank you much for watching throughout the course of the season. Thank you for your company tonight, Dale. And we shall see you tomorrow. And then on to Season 5 we go.